Hey, it's John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope, entrepreneur, also founder of Bryant Group Ventures and the Promise Homes Company. I know how to build things, and I respect builders. This is a special video about my brother, Roland Martin, who you would know as a former anchor of CNN. You would know him as, he had his own show on TV One. You would know him for his national radio broadcasts with national radio personalities that aired, several times a week, 4 years. I knew him before we became friends as one of the most credible voices in the country and authentic voices for Black America. I think today he's one of the top 10 Black voices in the country for Black America, and the statistics which suggest, based on his digital frequency, that he's the top 5 just with regard to the amount of folks that he reaches and touches and engages with on a daily basis in Black America. The thing that about Roland is that people don't get him. And it's oftentimes people don't understand greatness when it's right in front of you. And I did say greatness, yes. There's a measure of brilliance to what Roland has done. But pioneers are always ahead of their time. Yeah, you think about anybody who did something differently, and people just sort of initially scratch their head. I know a little bit about people scratching their head about folks doing things differently. But rainbows only follow storms. You cannot have a rainbow without a storm first. And it's a special thing about eagles, right? Eagles don't fly in packs. Yes, I'm talking about you, Roland. You've never seen a flock of eagles. Eagles are high altitude birds. And they're often shot at by buzzards. Buzzards are low altitude birds. Buzzards love packs, okay? And they often don't understand the eagle, want to be like them. And when they can't, they often shoot at them, snipe at them, complain about them. And then you've got turkeys. Turkeys got wings and can't fly. But they're all part of the bird hierarchy. Well, Roland is the eagle, and he'd rather you respect him and learn to like him than like him and never respect him. He truly is trying to help our people to come up and trying to help the country to come up. He hates on no one. He has strong opinions, but he hates on no one. And none of this is what the video is about. The video is about his business model. So check this out. People have gotten him wrong. And I think I can explain it for you because I think it's a very valuable business lesson for everybody watching this video. Share this on your pages and start a conversation. So the perception is from some that I witnessed is that somehow because Roland's not an anchor on CNN, or he's not an anchor on TV One, or he's not on somebody else's platform, whether it's radio or TV, that now he's got Roland Martin Unfiltered, which again is the top 10 voice in this country and a top 5 voice based on digital reach, penetration based on the numbers, that somehow Roland has somehow demoted himself, or he can't get a job. Let me help you out here. Roland doesn't want a job. Roland has been offered many jobs. I tried to get him to take a couple with networks. He wouldn't take them. He wanted to do joint ventures with them. We wanted to do partnerships with them, for which, they couldn't, I guess, control what he was doing. And he decided all good, but he's going to go his own path. And most people don't understand this. He makes more money on his digital platform, Roland Martin Unfiltered, than he did in any year with multiple contracts with multiple networks. I'll repeat that. He makes more money and has built more wealth. Those two things are different. He makes more money, daily bill paying, and builds more wealth, generational wealth creation with his current product the last few years, let's say the last 2.5, 3 years, than he has in, 20 years of doing the network thing. The network thing is fantastic. It's all good. Nothing wrong with having a job. We all need folks who are gainfully employed. He decided that he wanted to write checks as an employer, not cash checks as an employee. He was going to take the entrepreneurial risk. And you may say, well, how does Roland do well, John? How does he? I don't understand it. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's on all the platforms. He has his own website. I don't see big corporate names next to him. I don't get it. How is he doing it? Well, I can't get into his business for you on revenue, so I'll leave that alone. But I will tell you that he gets compensated, his company in part, by all of the relevancy that he has with his program. But I will be very detailed about this. Please listen to me. His digital library is priceless. his freedom is also priceless. But I'm going to get to that second. The thing that you need to hear is that what he has done is really no different than what Michael Jackson did. Michael Jackson and Prince and Jay-Z and all the folks in the music space decided to own their own product. Can I get an amen? They decided to not just rock a mic and sing a song and not just maybe write it, but to own the publishing. That's where the wealth really is. And Roland Martin owns, as they say in the record business, his own masters. He deserves a round of applause. Everything you see on Roland Martin Unfiltered is owned and controlled by Roland Martin, including the broadcast I've done with him, which means he's taking advantage of me. And I did it. And he's doing that with my absolute acknowledgement and support. But everything that you do on Roland Martin is owned by Roland Martin. You sign a release, it's his. But by the way, that's no different than being on NBC or CBS or ABC or CNN or any place else. You sign a release when you appear that they own the intellectual property rights. But I want you to understand how valuable his library is. This goes back decades. When somebody wants to do a special on whomever it is, and they see online that Roland Martin has done an interview with that person 2 decades ago, guess who they have to license with in order to get permission to rerun that. And if it's a for-profit enterprise, and if you're a nonprofit, Roland will do it for free, as I will on my content. All my content's free. But Roland's much smarter than me. I just give my stuff away. But if it's a commercial venture, as it should be, he charges you a commercial fee, as it should be. You're running for elective office in this country. We just had an election season, and you saw him running around the country. You say, who's paying for that? Well, a lot of the elected officials, their campaigns, they're contracting with Roland and his network to help to get their message out. And when let's go to the next part of freedom. So it's whatever time he wants to monetize by licensing his portfolio, he makes money when he's asleep. That's how you build wealth. You make money, you build wealth in your sleep, because people are licensing and using your product while you are fast asleep. You're making money and building wealth. So you make money during the day, but you build wealth, compounding, again, when you're asleep. But also imagine one day he decides he wants to do one of these deals where you sell your portfolio. Imagine, again, he's no different than a recording artist or a rap star. It's just that his is the visual art of talking. And at some point, he decides to monetize and sell some or all of that portfolio, or just some pieces of it. He's got different portals of civil rights and social justice and economics and business and whatever. It's really an invaluable library that really chronicles the Black experience. It's one of the best libraries I've ever seen. And he won't let me hold it because he owns it, and he's greedy. And won't let a brother share it in his largesse. I'm kidding. He is a proper businessman, and he don't let anybody touch his product but him. But he's hands-on, and he knows his stuff, and he does it really well. By the way, I'm going to give him credit. The only reason I'm online is that several years ago, he lovingly cursed me out and said, John, you can't go around just giving speeches all the time. People need to hear your message, amplify it, go live. I first went on, I think, Facebook. I think I had 800 followers. Now there's 1.7 million on that platform alone. I think I have over 2 million followers on all my platforms. But Roland was the original instigator for that. I want to give him credit for that right here publicly. And I'll say the last thing about this, is really this is sort of the ultimate payoff. Set it up and pay it off. Is that last week, going on 2 weeks ago, God rest his soul, Vernon Jordan passed on to glory, the civil rights icon and the business leader. Most networks are giving a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute blurb on his life. How do you take, almost 80 years plus of living and get it into 2 or 3 minutes? Roland Martin decided to give it an hour that night. And then he decided to expand it to 1.5 hours. This is really the crux of the story, beyond the wealth creation piece and the optionality and the income piece. This is the real freedom, because money is just really about freedom to do as you like. So Roland Martin decided to do it for 1.5 hours. And he had on all of these incredible guests. He had me too, which downgraded the show a little bit, but have all these incredible guests. And that show is probably going to go down in the annals of Black history as one of the, probably one of the most sourced shows on Vernon Jordan. In fact, I don't think there's any show that's ever been done on Vernon Jordan in his whole history that chronicled his life in more depth than that show did. I'll ask my team to put a link to my part of that interview in this interview that your broadcast you're seeing now, so you can watch my part and then the whole show Roland did there. So God bless Roland for being able to do that. You might have heard recently, no matter where you are on this Harry and Meghan royal story, and we're not going to get into that, but no matter where you are on that, one thing is to be commendable that Tyler Perry had the economic freedom to pay for security for them because, well, he could. And Oprah had the right and the privilege to be able to do a long-form show on them, well, because she could. And Roland Martin is able to do that show last week, and the tribute he did on Reverend C.T. Vivian and so many folks that he salutes because he, well, can. And that's freedom. Hats off to you, Roland Martin. Hats off. Love you, brother. You are pioneering in a new and special way. You're creating your own content, your own brand. And I think it would be smart for companies to think about assuming that your brand can align with his. This is a little gritty, but Black America's a little gritty. He's a little edgy, but Black America's a little edgy. And I think that the right brands can find a wonderful sweet spot for including his content as a companion piece for theirs. I think the future's bright for him. And I just love entrepreneurs and business owners. And that's what he is. He is a business owner and he's an entrepreneur because he's an entrepreneur building something from scratch that doesn't exist. So follow him if you don't already. Subscribe to his channel as we do, as I do. Support a brother who's trying to help you all come up. Love and light, John Hope Bryant. Share this video. Leave your comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know whether how much of this you didn't know about how he has built something from scratch. It's pretty dang on impressive. All right, love and light, John Hope.